So this series is going to be a bit different from what we normally do. I live close to a complex of different waters and I've got a couple of goals that I'd like to complete going forward. This group of waters consists of 3 different lakes, a large canal and a large river section. It's home to many different types of fish, including tench, perch, carp, pike, any freshwater fish you can think of, you can catch it around here. The lakes themselves, this is where I actually originally started fishing, and it's where I learned pretty much how to do everything I know now. Granted, I'm not the best fisherman in the world, but hopefully you can get a few things out of these videos. Each one of them is most likely going to consist of more than one session. As I said before, I've got a couple of goals that I'd like to complete for this year, and they are to catch a few nice carp from the main lake, a tench from the canal, and a decent perch from the river or the canal. The title of the series is A Year on the Lake, and every month there's going to be a new video where I'll be catching different sorts of fish that suit the time of the year. Right, so they're the goals I've set out for the year. I'm on one of the 3 lakes today, which is the Match Lake, and I've just got a few worms. I'm going to try and catch a few different fish. I came down originally today to try the main lake for the carp, but as soon as I got here, saw signs of spawning in the reeds. They're all splashing about and they're all grouping up in the middle. So I thought I'd give that a miss, and I had a bit of course gear in the car. So basically I'm just here, catch what I can, and hopefully save a blank for today. So let's see what we can do. Oh yes, there's a fish. Tench. It's taken long enough. Lovely little tench. Well, I haven't blanked. That's a start, folks. Should get a few more of these. Oh, the hooks come out in the net. There you go. Nice little tench. Let's get it put back. Blank's over anyway, so I'm happy. Can go home now. Ooh, little indication there. There's a few fish in the swim again. I think there's something munching about. It's absolutely freezing though. It's supposed to be June 1st and I've got all my winter gear on. There's another fish on. I think it's a skimmer. Oh, it's a golden tench. It's just getting better this day. On the worm again. I'll just let some line out. Yes, there we go. Came on here originally today thinking I wasn't going to catch anything, but it's actually turned out to be quite good. I wasn't expecting to get golden tench either. Nicely hooked in corner at mouth. Just get the hook out of the net. It's a male, this one. Slimy things though, aren't they? There you go. Lovely looking golden tench there. Getting put back. Seriously happy with how this has gone though. It's not loads of fish, but it's really cold to say it's June, and basically I'm just happy to get anything at this point. So yeah, let's keep fishing. Oh, that's not a roach. Just gonna go around the island, I'll have to stop it. And that's definitely a carp. Plodding about a bit, I'm not really sure. Yes. I think it's most likely going to be a carp or a big tench. It's not shaking like a tench, so pretty positive it's a carp. Just don't want it to go around them little islands out there, otherwise proper snookered then. If it wants to go, I'll let it go, but just can't let it go near them. Staying out in open water though, so it should be fine. It's another common, I think. Really dark coloured in here. And that might be a mirror. I'm terrible at identifying fish. I think it's a bit bigger than the other one. Yeah, it's a mirror. Right, ready to come in now. Nope. One more breath of air and I think he'll come in. He should be done. Nope, not yet. Slowly edge him in. Don't think he's going to go again now. There we go. In the net. It's giving me a bit of arm ache, that one. I thought, well. Right in the corner of the mouth, perfectly hooked. There we go. Just hold him up for camera. If he'll stop still. There we go. Lovely little mirror carp, probably 3 pound maybe 4. Let's get him set back. That's all I wanted, one more fish. And I've done it, so definitely happy with this session. I am going to cast out again though, because you never know. Could be more out there. I don't think I've ruined the swim that much. They're in the area as well, so we'll come back in if more bait goes in. I fished into the evening, catching small roach and skimmers consistently. It was a good little session considering what the weather was like, so I was happy to catch a few fish. Whilst I was there was always that thought of the carp in the back of my mind. I had to return soon. As you can see folks, there's not many carp in here folks. I think they might be spawning, do you?
Not now, Bobble. I might
No.
few chasing.
Yeah. That's big, that one there, isn't it? Big common, that.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger thing, yeah.
That'll probably £20
That's one
now.
of the new ones, yeah.
Yeah.
The next visit was completely uneventful. I fished from 9 AM till 10 PM and didn't have a single beep on the alarm. The conditions were very bright and hot, so that probably didn't work in my favour either. When you sat there for that amount of time without a bite, you always question your rigs, you always question your bait. Sometimes you're just not doing anything wrong. If the fish aren't biting, there's nothing you can do about it. When I went to bed that night, I was thinking of some new ways to fish, new pegs to try, and what I could do to try and get a run, or just try and get a bite. It could have been just something as simple, I was in the wrong spot at the wrong time. At least something was enjoying the bait. I returned to the lake around a week later, and by this time the spawning period was well over and the fish should definitely be on the munch.
Right, I've got the rods out now. I'm just going to make a couple of PVA bags up to go on the hook baits. If many people don't know how to do these, so I'm just going to show you really quick. Pretty simple. So you get your PVA tube, and I think this one's ESP. You put your pellets in it, and I'm using halibut pellets this time. And they almost work like a little method feeder around the hook bait. And I've had quite a bit of success using this method. So fill it however much you want. That's fine for me, is that. So get your little crusher and just push that down. They're hard pellets, so it doesn't really make a difference. But then if you just pull it out the end, then pinch at the end of the pellets and just twist it round so it's tight like that. A couple of twists, then should be tight there to the pellets. Then you just tie an overhand knot around it and then pull the knot down to the end of the bag like that. That's PVA bag done. But then if you tie another knot in it as well, you're ready to tie the next bag then. Just pull that down. And just snip in between the two knots you've just tied. And there you go, little PVA bag. I'm gonna put these on both rods. Every time I cast out, one of them is going to be on, so there's a little bed of bait around the hook bait every time I cast out. And even if I'm off the spot a little bit, I know there's going to be some bait around it at all times. So yeah, I'm going to get them put on rods in a minute and see what happens. Let's do it.
Looks like a man defeated up there.
Yeah, carp.
I know, it's beautiful now. Hope it's like this tonight. Probably won't be though. Big storm, won't it? Storm Kiara.
I don't mind doing it, but I just can't sleep.
I'm pretty good at sleeping though, me, so.
You shouldn't.
The most exciting thing what's happened to Tom today is he's seen some bubbles in the pan. Not about catching Tom, it's about being there.
Well, fish aren't biting, so might as well make myself a coffee. There we go. Might as well treat myself to something. Come on, just want one of the rods to go off. Come on, it's not that much to ask, is it? Even if it's a micro.
Hey.
It was a pretty quiet night, and to be honest, not much happened. I had a few beeps, but I think it was a bat flying into the line. I don't think one fish entered the swim that evening. It was very strange though, because I think it was the longest day of the year that I did this session, and it only felt like it was dark for about an hour. It was a very weird experience. Even though I didn't have any fish that night, I managed to wake up to a beautiful morning.
Well, as you can see, it's the morning now. No runs through the night. It's 5 o'clock now. I've just kept recasting every now and then with the PVA bags, and that's the only bait I've put in. Because if there's no bites, it means there's no fish feeding there. So all that bait I've thrown is probably, most of it's probably still there. Yeah, it's a shame really. I had a few beeps that woke me up, but not to show for it. Every time I went down, just nothing there. There was a weird run that I had, about 8 beeps on the alarm. I'm not sure if it was just the bobbin dropping or it was a run, because it was dark, so I wasn't really sure what was going on, but when I reeled it in, it wasn't in the spot where I originally put it, so I don't know if that was just because it was dark and I couldn't really tell what was going on, or a fish had picked the bait up, moved the lead, and that's why the alarm went off. Because the arm, when I looked, it was at the bottom, so it means the line's gone slacks for some reason. Because the fish had brought the lead towards me, I think. And that's why the arm dropped down, and that's what set it off. That's why it wasn't like a screaming run, I think. But yeah, other than that, not much. There's a few fish jumping every now and then. I'm just hoping I can get one this morning. I ain't had much sleep, probably 2 hours. So, oh well. Got a nice sausage sandwich and stuff to look forward to when Bobs gets here. Whenever he turns up, I don't know when he's coming. Probably 12 o'clock, knowing him. But yeah, don't know, there's not really much to update on, so other than that, watched a movie, and that's about it. It's the most action I've had, other than fish jumping. nothing to grace my net yet, so we'll keep fishing, see what we can do. Hopefully we can get one out. No way. Well, I had one on, I think it's come off now. Or it's just wrapped up in that weed. See it's what it's stuck on, but I got on it straight away, so might just have to give it a bit of slack, see if it gets itself out. I don't know if the salt's still on. Got one on. Yeah, it's gone into the weed though. It's had, yeah, screamer. It were on. Yeah, it has. It's gone solid now. I can't move. It's on that weed there. I don't know if it's still on. What? I've tried. It's not moving. It's gone solid. I think it's come off.
Let your legs.
I've done it. I've done everything. It's not coming out.
Not slack, is it now?
That's not slack.
Well, I'd finally got a run, and I couldn't quite believe it, but fish got snagged and it came off. I'm not sure what it was, I just couldn't pin the fish down. It was a really hard few days fishing. I decided that I was going to have a break from the carp fishing, and to be honest, I just wanted a bend in the rod. In this case, I was targeting the trout in the river. It's about a minute walk from the lake. I decided to fish underneath the weir, because the original spot where I wanted to fish, someone was there, like they always are. It was a good looking area, and I fished a slack area of water, which was at the left hand side of the weir. Fish on. Ooh, he's jumped out of water. Straight away there. It's a trout this time, but I'm not bothered what we catch him. After past a few times on the lake. It's fighting well, not a bad little trout. Hopefully you can hear me, the weir's really loud, so literally next to it, so
pretty high peg as well. It's the only place we could get, so I'll have to just kneel down to net him. Ah, there we go. Finally, a fish in the net. Don't think I've seen a fish for about 4 weeks. Let's see where that hook's at. Yeah, as it's a trout, it's swallowed it, so that's good. Just to get that out of it. Might have to alter the depth a little bit. Just fish off bottom. It's pretty hard to see bites as it is. Right, so there we go, got that one unhooked. It, as always, trout are really greedy, so swallowed it a little bit, but managed to get out with the scourger, so let's get it back as fast as possible. Let's give it a time to recover it and that. But no harm done, it should be fine. Alright, so I've got recast out to the same spot. That'll pretty much instant that bite, so hopefully there's a few more down there. Like I say, trout are very greedy, so got a big mouth in it. I struck straight away as soon as I saw the float go, but it did take it quite far down, so it took a little bit of depth off. Hopefully that'll make it a bit more sensitive. They even swallow it when it's up in water, trout, but sometimes you just can't do much about it. Like I say, I've been fishing lakes for carp, not really had much, so it's nice to just come on here, and that's the benefit of this complex. You get lots of different places to fish, like this bit at river for example. You might notice as well I'm using a waggler instead of a stick float. It seems to be working fine. Thought I had a bit of a bite there, I'll just recast that. Seems to be working fine, but I left the stick float in the car. I was going to use stick float, but then just couldn't bother getting it, so I decided to use this. Haven't had any issues, so it's not moving that fast. It's not pulling under with flow, so it should be fine. Oh, I had another bite straight away there. Same spot. Didn't manage to hook into it this time. Seems to be there where I'm getting them, and under this tree that's on my left. Get some more maggots thrown out. I might have hit bottom that time. There, I want it more to the left so it can drift inwards. That's where the fish seem to be. It should drift over towards this tree there. Hopefully. At least I haven't blanked today. I want a bad size either, I want a little micro with a decent trout. hopefully I should get a bite around this area. It's where they've been. Did have a few casts before I put camera on the rolls to see if they're out doing, and that's where I had one there as well. And that's where I just had the last one, so there we go. There's another one on. Might have swallowed it, I thought it would have bottomed that, but I think it's a trout again. Like I say, in that exact area again, under that tree. It's probably another trout. Nailed down again. Yes, another trout this time. I think it might be a bit bigger than the last one. It's not swallowed it either. That little bit of depth that I took off might have just made that difference. Got the discarger to hand anyway, so if it has, I should be able to get it out. Yeah, it's just in the side of its mouth. We'll have to disgorge it though, but it's not swallowed it like the last one. Should be pretty easy, this one. Alright, there we go. Another decent trout there. I just give it I give it about 30 seconds in net to recover after I unhooked it as well. So, just to make sure we're alright. It's going back strong now. There we go. That's two now, not bad. The trout actually cut the line with the hook link as well with its teeth, so when I were unhooking it, so I'm going to have to get another one tied on. It had pretty big teeth that, so I'll just get that done. There's one up. Feels like a trout again, but it feels reasonable. Real finicky bite though, that one. It's plodding about, this one. It might not be a trout, I don't know what it is. It feels like one. Probably is. Yeah. Trout. There's no way that one's not in its lip. It's gotta be. Yeah, right in the lip. That's what we like to see. Easy unhooking for me. Going a bit mad. Lovely. Right in the lip. Should be easiest unhooking on my life, this one. Really nice stamp of fish though, all being decent size. This one's probably, oh there you go. Hook's just popped out. There we go. That is a beauty, that one. It's probably the biggest at day. Not going to guess a size because I'm bad at that. But we'll get him put back. Give him 30 seconds to recover, don't we? Release it into the flow if it's not ready. It's kicking already though, so it should be good to go in a sec. Feisty little fella. Oh, I've got one. Yeah. Oh, it's a perch. Yes, man. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, I'm stuck in tree, so I'll sort that out in a minute. That wasn't expected. As you can probably tell by my reaction. Let's get him put back. Little micro, should be able to just drop him in.
I didn't manage to catch anything else, but it was a great change from fishing the lake. It was nice just to get a bend in the rod. It was a very hard month fishing on the lake. Didn't manage to get any carp, but hopefully I can return and catch one next month. I'm also definitely going to be targeting some of the tench that live in the canal because I've never caught one out of there, so that'll be a really good challenge for me. I also never really had the time to fish for the perch, so I want to give that a go, and I'm thinking about ledgering on the river for him. I've never done that before either, so hopefully that might pay off. Hopefully I can catch one of those elusive 2-pounders. Well, that's the end of this month's episode. The fishing wasn't too good. Well, hopefully next month it should be better, and we'll be able to catch a few decent fish. Tune in next month to see what we get up to. The thing is, if I don't manage to catch anything next month, it's still going on because it's a blog of what I've done. If I don't catch anything, I don't catch anything. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time.